Senator Leahy.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. You know, I've not been shy about the fact. I even noted it with Senator Lee in a joint op-ed in the Washington Post last month that the FBI had made serious mistakes during its surveillance of former Trump campaign advisor Carter Page. The FISA renewal application presented to you for approval in June 2017 was one of those. Committee already held a hearing on this last December after Inspector General Horowitz released his 478-page report. You said you have that with you. Those are Crossfire, Hurricane, which became the broader Russia investigation, counterintelligence investigations into Paul Manafort, George Papadopoulos, Michael Flynn, all of whom were convicted of felonies, and Carter Page. Now, the only time, as I understand, the FBI applied for a FISA surveillance order in these 5 investigations, the only time they did was with respect to Carter Page. Is that correct?
That's my understanding, yes, sir.
Thank you. And the 17 errors the Inspector General found with respect to the Carter Page FISA application all came after, so they would not impact the launch of the broader Russian investigation. Is that correct?
I believe that's correct.
Thank you. Now, the Mueller report is 448 pages. Do you know how many pages of the 448 referred to Carter Page?
I do not.
I'll let you know it's 7. So 7 pages on that, 441 on other matters. So I mention this because I think the Carter Page case demonstrates the FISA application process itself is flawed. It's not subject to enough scrutiny. Another report last March, the Inspector General found that of 29 FBI applications for FISA surveillance he reviewed, 25, or 86% of them, had an average of 20 issues each. That's what I mean about the scrutiny. Now, the intelligence community made a unanimous assessment, and that was shared by the bipartisan Republicans and Democrats alike in the Senate Intelligence Committee, that Russia interfered in our elections. Do you agree that the FBI's errors in the Carter Page case don't undermine those unanimous assessments?
Yes. Yes, I do agree.
Thank you. So we do have then the unanimous assessment within the intelligence community and the Republicans and Democrats on the Senate Intelligence Committee. Russia interfered in our election. Now, I believe this is interference that the Trump campaign welcomed and attempted to exploit. Mr. Putin, are you listening, and so on. Any argument suggesting that the Russia investigation should have never occurred and the American people should be in the dark about Russia's interference in our country's election in 2016, I find that deeply troubling. I believe that serves Vladimir Putin's interest more than ours. I believe you would agree with me that we should not have any countries, whether it's Russia or anybody else, interfering with fair and free and fair elections in this country. Is that correct?
I do agree with you on that, Senator.
And as Deputy Attorney General and for a while supervisor of the Russia investigation, the special counsel reported to you. Before you sought any indictments, the special counsel provided you with an explanation of his charging decisions, including against a dozen Russian nationals and military intelligence officers, as well as Paul Manafort, Michael Flynn, and George Papadopoulos. You didn't object to those charging decisions or the indictments, is that correct?
It's true that I didn't object, Senator, but I actually don't sign the indictments.
But you found nothing to object to them?
I was not aware of any reason to object to any of the charges.
And while supervising the Russian investigation, you never rejected an explicit request by the special counsel to take an investigative step or pursue an indictment. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Thank you very much. I want the chairman to notice that,
You did well.
unlike my colleagues on the other side, I kept exactly 5 minutes.
You set the standard for the rest of us.
Yeah, right.